Hey, so welcome to this quick short video about the Ascendants and the things I'm going to be teaching in the Ascendants course. Remember I said that based on feedback people wanted to get an idea of what is the kind of framework that I'm going to be outlining. Well, this is the second sort of short video in that series, and again you can also still register for the course. The full course with all the bonuses is $197, and without the full bonuses it's $97. So in this second video, I'm going to build on what we did in the first one, which was identify the ruling planet and its attributes, and then the sign gender, either masculine or feminine. So for instance, Aries was the masculine nature of Mars, Scorpio is the feminine nature of Mars, Capricorn is the feminine nature of Saturn, Aquarius is the masculine nature of Saturn. So using that keyword list, you're able to build a strong case for a very focused snapshot of each of the signs. Now the next thing that we look at when we try to understand the nature of the ruling planet and by extension the ascendant is the other house the ruling planet rules. So what that means is that, like we just said, Aries is ruled by Mars. What is the other house that Mars rules from Aries? So in this case it's the 8th house, because Mars also rules Scorpio, which is the 8th house from Aries. So Mars rules the 8th house from Aries. So Aries people are going to also have an 8th house quality. So Aries is a mixture of Mars in an external masculine nature and in an 8th house way. So if you take that keyword list that you have, the 8th house says sex, death, the occult, dark, hidden side of life, longevity, research, destruction, regeneration of any sort. Through the 8th house we confront our mortality. It can determine the ultimate meaning of our lives. So 8th house is where things break. Things are broken. We have a lot of fear and vulnerability and insecurity. And so one of the qualities of Aries people is through all of this external living, there's a lot of ups and downs, breaks and changes, and 8th house things, sexual, the dark hidden side of life, longevity, research. So they often enjoy all of those kinds of things. Destruction, regeneration. It's the thing about Aries, for example, is that sort of slogan, if you want to make an omelet, you need to break some eggs. That's Aries. Moving forward, things are always changing and transforming. That's the big nature of the 8th house, change and transformation. So that's an example of the next thing that you bring in. So it's Mars, masculine, and then 8th house ruler. So for Taurus, it's Venus, feminine, and Venus also rules the 6th house because it also rules Libra. So there's a 6th house quality which has to do with effort, work, commitment, duty, sacrifice, strength, service, also the potential to be ill. So 6th house things, if you look on your keyword sheet, it says health and disease, work and service, foreigners, pets, enemies, effort, resistance to illness, immune system, our capacity to do hard labor, overcome physical obstacles and enemies. Taurus is very determined. They don't give up. They keep persevering. So again, it's because Venus also rules the 6th house. So let's say we go to Pisces. We have Jupiter, feminine reflective quality of Jupiter, and Jupiter also rules which house from Pisces? The 10th house, because Jupiter rules Sagittarius, which is in the 10th house. So the 10th house has to do with duties, responsibilities, pressure, rising in life, our reputation, our status, and mainly the duties and responsibilities that we're willing to handle and the ones that we're not willing to handle. So again, Pisces are people who are always aware of their duties and their pressures and the willingness, they feel responsible to make sure that they leave the world a better place and things like that. So the other house that the ruling planet rules becomes extremely important in all of the ascendants. So again, this is a very important quality of each of the signs, and I hope this was helpful, and I'll move on to the third video as well, step number 3, in trying to really focus on the kind of process of understanding each of the ascendants and how to integrate each planet through each ascendant. So remember, you start with the planet and its nature, the masculine or feminine nature of that sign. Then you go to the other house, the ruling planet rules. These are three very important ways to focus in on the most important priorities of each of the signs themselves.